All right, welcome to our women's version of the NON/U20 press conference. We're going to go ahead and get started with Maddie Faye, U.S. number 2 in discus, 4-time Texas State champion, 2-time national champion. Now, Maddie, you are a 2-time defending champion. Like, you know how to win national championships, clearly. So, is there any pressure to repeat?
Just a little bit from my own standpoint. I don't try to take pressure from the outside. I have my own expectations, and my expectations are to win today or tomorrow. Sorry, and I'm just excited to come back and defend. There's a deeper competition this year, so it'll be fun. It'll be challenging. It'll be competition, so it should be a good atmosphere.
I love it. What is one of your favorite things about throwing in the ring here at Hayward?
Well, it is one of the best rings in the country. It's a good texture, and us throwers, we don't get to throw inside stadiums much, so being at Hayward is real nice with the crowd watching and everyone cheering on and just getting the nice view around us. So it's exciting. It's a great atmosphere to compete here for throwers.
I love it. All right, Skylynn. Hey. So, U.S. number 1 in triple jump, 4-time Texas State champion, 2-time national champion. Now, you already jumped out the pit yesterday. You qualified for U20s. So, just how excited are you to go to Peru and represent your country?
It's my first time being in Peru. I'm excited. Just knowing I came out last year, I didn't do as well as I wanted to. And I knew this year I had to come in with some vengeance and a chip on my shoulder. So I really had to light a fire under my butt. And, I'm excited.
I love that. How are you balancing U20s and NON with both of your events?
It's going to be hard. Just having to go full out here and then going full out in Nike, I'm expected to just feel a little bit of pain, but I'm willing to push through it. But I'm excited to do NON as well.
I love that. Thank you so much. Aleesa Samuels, U.S. number 1 in the 100 hurdles, 4-time Florida State champion, 1-time national champion. Now, you are contesting your first outdoor national title. How has preparation been for this meet?
Well, I just came off an injury, so I'm trying to eat right, trying to, do the right thing so that I don't re-injure myself. But preparation, I would say it's been good, and I just left my meet Brooks PR, and I did good, so the results are showing.
I love that. Now, you came from a stellar indoor performance. You had to race some pros at Milrose. So has that helped your confidence going into this outdoor season?
Yes, it helps my confidence a lot.
I love that. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, little long resume. U.S. high school national record holder in the 5,000 meters indoors and outdoors. U.S. number 1 in the 3,200 meters. 3-time national champion. 4-time Texas State champion. Now, you coming off of a slight injury, so we just want to know overall, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I had a little stress reaction in my femur, so I had to take a little time off, and I'm not quite where I was, but the pain is gone, and I'm ready to build back.
I love that. Now, we heard you did a 2.5-hour pool workout at Nike. So walk us through that. What was that?
Yeah, cross training can be kind of intense. Taking off from the running, I'm just trying to supplement as much as I can. And so for me, I prefer to do it in the pool. So I kind of took that opportunity, and I had a lot of fun with it.
I love it. Thank you so much. Now we're going to open the floor to the media. Any questions you guys have? Yes, Natalie.
This question's for everybody. Whether you're competing against yourself or the competition in the field, what fuels your competitive drive?
So whether you're competing against yourself or the field, what fuels your competitive drive? Everyone can answer.
I would say I respond a lot better to competition. Being in high school, those pre-state meets, there's not a lot of competition. Everyone's pretty spread out, especially in Texas. So those meets, I don't necessarily perform well, but once I get up to the bigger meets, the more important ones, I really respond to that competition. And being at Nike and Hayward, the competition has all come here, so it should be a good one tomorrow.
I think what fuels my competitiveness is being undermined, just knowing that I'm the shortest jumper. Well, maybe not the shortest, but I'm pretty short. And just knowing I'm not the ideal image of a jumper, I think that's the main thing that fuels a fire under me. And I try and go out there and do big jumps just as a 5'3" jumper, just to represent, I guess.
Just like Maddie said, I respond to competition. So like, Brooks, I just left. I hit a pretty good time, and this is one of these meets, so hopefully I hit a PR.
Yeah, I think for me, just remembering all the opportunities that come with being competitive. So, like, when the workouts really suck, I just kind of remember races like this and, like, Nike Indoor that I just love to come to and kind of try to put myself in that mindset so that I can really push myself.
I love that. Any more questions from the media? Yes, Karen.
So next week we're hosting the Olympic trials here at Hayward Field. Is there anyone who y'all are following or rooting for that you're hoping makes it to Paris?
Next week, they're hosting Olympic trials. Is there anyone you're following or rooting for to make it to Paris?
I don't know if she's going to be able to make it back or she'll be recovered in time. I don't think so. But Rachel Dinkoff, I don't think she's signed up for the Olympic trials. She had an Achilles tear the other year. She's not going to be here most likely. But even if she did show up, it would be awesome if she had that comeback from the Achilles tear.
Other than myself, I guess I'm rooting for Jasmine Moore because she came from Texas, and I'm very close to her coach, Coach Kenny. I think that's who I'm rooting for, definitely.
I'm really just rooting for any hurdler. Love the hurdlers.
Yeah, I think definitely Elise Cranny. I really look up to her. And then Parker Valby's had a really awesome collegiate season, so it'd be cool to see her make it.
Great answers. Yes, Chef. If you could eat one food item for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
100% steak.
I think I'd want to eat a fried pickle for the rest of my life.
For me, maybe chips.
Probably salmon.
I love it. Yes. What's y'all's favorite part about competing at Hayward Field?
Yeah, it's definitely the atmosphere, getting to throw inside the field as a thrower, and the fact that everyone comes here to compete. The best throwers in the country are usually very far spread out, and you don't get to see them until these meets. So it's nice to see people that you follow through social media and that you're close with in person and finally getting to compete with them.
I definitely love, the advancedness of this stadium, because in Texas it's a little janky, but it's like the NFL of track. I love coming up here and competing.
This is my first time being here and competing here, but I would say so far that I like the stands. It's so many chairs, and it's a big audience.
Yeah, I think like Maddie said, just the atmosphere here is amazing. And I mean, this is probably the coolest track in the world. So it's just really nice and a cool facility to get to compete in.
I love it. Any more questions?
I have a question for our field event folks.
Field event folks.
Yeah. So run the event, you're really going head-to-head, competing against someone. In the field event, you're kind of doing your own thing. Are you mentally in that competition, competing against yourself and competition? That's hard mentally, competing against yourself and in the moment.
Y'all got that?
Yeah, field events are definitely hard. It's a much longer competition than when you're in a 100-meter sprint and you're just going for 10 seconds. You kind of have to keep an eye on what everyone else is doing while also focusing on yourself. There's not always a spot to check where you're ranked, or you have to keep an eye on how far someone has thrown or be paying attention, but also not letting that get in your head and focus on yourself and staying warm through sometimes an hour-long competition and not overthinking and just staying focused.
For me, I don't think it's very hard for me mentally, just knowing that I've worked so hard in practice and I know I can go out and execute. But maybe for some other people it may be mentally hard, but I think for me it's definitely not. I think it's definitely a me thing, an individual thing. You know, I've tried sprints and it's very competitive being lined up against other people, but I think for individual events, I think it's a little bit easier for me to focus on me and not anybody else.
Are you watching your competitors are you watching their marks while you're competing?
No. I think that was the one thing I was taught. Don't look at the competition. I think I'm competing with myself only.
I love it. I think that's it, ladies. Thank you guys so much for joining. Oh.
Y'all four, you're more than welcome to stay for JaiCieonna's availability, or if you want to get going, that's fine too.
Y'all want to stay? They'll stay. Come join us, JaiCieonna.
My bad, I'm late to the party. That's not my fault.
Welcome.
Oh.
All right. We good? Hello. Welcome.
Oh, hey.
We just saw you kill the multi today. Congratulations on your championship title.
Thank you.
How'd it go?
It didn't go how I wanted it to, but it went how God intended it to do. So
Period.
I'm chilling. I finished. That's all that matters.
What was your favorite event throughout the series?
You know, today I have to say the hurdles because I ran my fastest seasonal best.
Okay.
Even though it wasn't a PR, I've been really working on my start and I've really been inconsistent with my 7-step. So I started off pretty good and I kind of went off of a high. High jump was decent. Had not a horrible shot put. And then I finished pretty good in that 200 because I was like, what were we, like 75 meters to go in fourth, and then I came up and won it, so.
Okay. I love it. Now, this is your second time representing Team USA. Third time.
Sorry.
Representing Team. No, I love that. Third time representing Team USA. So just talk about what makes this time different and what are your plans going to Peru?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of time to prepare for it. So, really, it's just taking it day by day, event by event, just having fun with it, not getting too much. I'm an overthinker. I get in my head, and I'm just somebody I have to really make sure that I just trust in the process and trust in the ability that I've been blessed with. And easier said than done, but yeah. So just going in it, having fun, that's the biggest thing.
I love that. Now, I'm an old multi, so I know that during events you have to have a little brain. You have to not remember what just happened. So how do you go about moving towards your next event with remembering what just happened?
So if you're frustrated or you're sad or you're angry or even if you're happy, you have to use that energy, use that mood onto the next. So whether you ran, you jumped what you didn't, jumped what you wanted, jumped what you didn't want, don't dwell on it. Don't be like in the long jump, I scratched a really far jump, but I've been doing that lately, but I had to be like, okay, I'm still up there on the board, still got points, could have went worse, and I just had to remind myself, you know what, let's use this in the javelin, even though it didn't work, we still had to be like, okay, we still have one more event, and it's really self-talk, it's self-motivation and praying and talking to God and just making sure that, you know, don't get too caught up in what you could have done or what you're capable of or what you didn't do, but focus on what you have going for you. So what you have left, yeah.
Okay, final question. You have the freshman and the sophomore national records. So who's a multi that you look up to that you kind of like want to replicate in your...
Well, obviously the greatest heptathlete of all time, Jackie Joyner-Kersee. Haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, but I really look up to who she was and the struggles that she went through with, you know, her asthma and being like, you know what, I'm not going to let that define me and I'm not going to let that stop me to be the best of the best. And so I look up to her and also obviously like the scores that she put out there to be like, okay, how can I get there? And also Anna Hall, too, who is the best American heptathlete in the world right now, of her perseverance, especially after her surgery that she's had. I'm really excited to see what she does at the Olympic trials and the Olympics, and just to be able to have those role models for me to look up to and take notes from is an honor.
I love that. Thank you so much. Any other questions for JaiCieonna? Yes.
Yes. So I probably have over 100 pair of socks. It's not my fault. I have not bought a single pair. I got about 10 pairs of socks for Christmas. My grandma is a shopaholic. Love you, Grandma. Sorry. But she, like, whenever she goes out and she sees something, she'll grab them for me. And my whole family. So it's just like what is the mood? What do I want to give? How am I feeling? You know, like it all depends on what that day and what that competition is being, so.
I love it. Any more? All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Great job.
Thank you.